Exemptions from corporate tax for specific persons. Exemptions from corporate tax are granted to specific persons under circumstances where strong public interest and policy justifications exist to support such exemptions. These individuals or entities are classified as exempt persons. The categories of exempt persons are clearly defined, each with distinct qualifications and conditions that must be met for the exemption to apply. Below, we explore the 4 categories of exempt persons and the relevant criteria they must satisfy. Categories of exempt persons. 1. Automatically exempt persons. This category encompasses government entities, which are automatically exempt from corporate tax. No additional conditions or notifications are required for government entities to qualify for this exemption. 2. Exempt persons who must notify the Ministry of Finance and meet relevant conditions. Certain businesses must notify the Ministry of Finance to qualify for a tax exemption, provided they also meet specific conditions. This group includes extractive businesses. These are businesses engaged in activities involving the extraction of natural resources. Non-extractive natural resource businesses. These entities focus on activities related to natural resources that do not involve extraction. 3. Exempt persons listed by Cabinet decision and meeting relevant conditions. This category includes entities that must be explicitly listed in a Cabinet decision and meet specified conditions to be considered exempt. The entities are as follows. Government-controlled entities. These are entities that are either wholly or partially owned and controlled by the government. Qualifying public benefit entities. Organizations that meet specific conditions outlined by the Cabinet decision to further public benefit. 4. Exempt persons requiring application and approval by the Federal Tax Authority, FTA. Certain persons are eligible for an exemption from corporate tax upon application to, and approval by, the FTA. These entities and individuals include public and private pension or social security funds, funds established for pension or social security purposes that meet FTA-specified conditions. Qualifying investment funds, investment funds that meet the qualifying criteria established by the FTA. Juridical persons incorporated in the UAE and wholly owned and controlled by certain exempt persons. Such juridical persons must be fully owned and controlled by entities that already qualify for an exemption. Other persons determined by a Cabinet decision. Any other entity or person that may be designated as exempt by a decision of the Cabinet, upon the suggestion of the Minister. Loss of exemption status. If an exempt person no longer meets the criteria for exemption, they will generally cease to qualify as an exempt person from the beginning of the tax period in which they no longer satisfy the conditions. As a result, they will be subject to corporate tax on all of their taxable income. In specific temporary and unforeseen situations, a person may apply to the FTA to maintain their status as an exempt person, even if they temporarily do not meet the required criteria. The application must be approved by the FTA to ensure continuity of their exempt status despite such temporary circumstances.